Hey family, welcome back to my channel, Healing for Destiny. This is Ashley B. If this is your first time, welcome. I'm about to dive right into this message. Holy Spirit gave me this word. This message is for one of my subscribers, one of my sisters. She had left a message in my comments the other day, and God was just highlighting her to me, as well as this message that I needed to bring this word. I needed to encourage someone with this today. So of course I'm going for it and I'm bringing this word. This message today is encouragement. It is inspiration. It is empowerment for my single mothers, all the single mothers out there. I know the common struggles that you deal with. I know the thoughts that the enemy tries to plant in your mind. I know how the enemy tries to keep you rooted in the things of your past, even making you to believe that your identity is only based off of the fact that you're a mother. Like everything that you do is all about, oh, I have to provide. Oh, I'm just a single mother. I can't have a life outside of this. I can never be married. I'm damaged goods. I know that's one thing that the enemy will try to make you believe, especially when you focus on things like social media, right? It's so much stuff that be those stigmas, those baby mama stigmas, and all those negative things that's out there in social media and out there in the world that will make you believe that you just damaged goods, will make you believe that, oh, you know, because of whatever mistakes you made, even if you didn't make any mistakes, you know, with who you chose to have a child with, like whatever your situation is, if you focus on those things, if you paying attention to what the world is saying or what's happening on the outside of you, you're not able to hold on to the hope. You're not able. That's why you have to know who you are. That's why you have to know who you are, and you have to understand the plans that God has for you, because it doesn't matter what the world tries to say, you know, even with the stigma of feeling like, you know, men, like you always gonna be a single mom, like you don't have a future of being married and having a family because you're a single mom, because you got 3 kids, because you got 6 kids, you know what I mean? And the world will make you believe that you're damaged goods because of that, and make you believe that a man doesn't want you or a man doesn't want to be with you because of those things. And I'm here to let you know, if you didn't already know this, I'm here to encourage you and let you know that the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. I come to serve notice. I come to encourage you. I come to give you the word, exactly what you need in order for you to hold on to the hope and hold on to the promises that God has for you, and keep your mind stayed on God and understand who you are. One of the first things that I want to focus on in this video and encourage somebody with is that for those that struggle with, you know, that lack of support, wherever it may be, whether it's lack of support from, you know, who you have children with, your children's father or fathers, or, you know, just feeling like sometimes, I know you may go through a season, or depending on what your life is, depending on your lifestyle or where you live or whatever the case may be, you may feel like you in it by yourself. You don't have that support. You don't have the family. You don't have the friends. Like you feel like you're struggling. You feel like, you know, whatever it may be, you work so hard only to just to pay the bills, only just to get by, only just to, you don't have a life outside of your kids. You don't, like, I know those common struggles, and I just want to encourage somebody with this. Like, I really want you to get your mind off of thinking that you are struggling, because you're not struggling, and getting your mind off of thinking that you need other people to help you, that you need that support. Yes, having support is great. Yes, having a support system, having family, having whatever, you know, your children's fathers in your life doing these things to help you. Of course, those things are always a plus, and those things are always good. But you have to remember, and you have to hold on to the fact that God is your provider. God is your provider. And number one, this is the number one thing that God had to start speaking to me in order for me to be okay, in order for me to stay encouraged. And, you know, God would speak to me like I would have never, when I was going through my season of frustration, I remember God speaking to me a lot that I would have never given you this child if I didn't think that you can handle it. If I didn't think that you were the woman for this job, I wouldn't just give you this child to have you out here thinking that you don't have a life after this, thinking that you're just meant to struggle, thinking that that I don't have a vision, that I don't have a dream for you, that I don't have a future spouse and husband for you, that I don't have this beautiful life for you, even in reality, even with what's going on right now, even with what it looks like right now. And I remember that's how God started. I started gaining hope. And I started pulling myself away from that negative thinking. I stopped pointing fingers. I stopped feeling like I needed all these other things for what I thought that it was supposed to look like. And I just started trusting God. I remember when I went through a season, like when my son was first born, and I had an idea of how things were supposed to look and how it was supposed to be. And that was one thing that God started pulling up out of me, you know, as a mother, and, you know, in trying to establish what I needed to be doing in order to take care of my son, what I thought that I needed from all these other places. And once again, God started, because I remember I used to be so frustrated, feeling like, you know, my child's father, he doesn't help like the way I would need him to help. He doesn't support the way I would need him to support. And I remember that stuff used to hurt me so much. And I used to be in a place of frustration, in a place of anger for so long. And God really had to start in my relationship with him, in me taking the time out to hear him, hear his voice, read his word. God started ministering to me like, I am your provider. I take care of you. And that be the thing, like, you know, we go to all these different resources, right? Whatever it, not even just in this area, and just different areas of our lives, you know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, with having a job or going to these different places, trying to find fulfillment and all these other things. And the main thing that God always wants us to understand with these things is like, okay, yes, these things are resources, but I am the source. I am the source. God would not have given you these. If God didn't think that you can handle this, if God didn't think that you were built, that what he put on the inside of you was enough to be a great mother, to be able to juggle motherhood and own a business and be successful and have, you know, this life that you dream of, God would not have given it to you. God would not have gifted you and given you the beauty of your children. He would have never done that. And I want you guys to just be encouraged. Like, I know sometimes life be lifing, and, you know, your mind, sometimes you could have anxiety. Your mind can be all over the place, and you think that you need all these things. You think that you have to find stuff and all this other stuff. I want you to just take a second, deep breath, and take your mind away from what you think things are supposed to look like. Take your mind away from what you think that how your life should be and all these other things. And I'm telling y'all, just give God a chance. Take your mind away from whatever your mind is making you believe about how things are supposed to look, how things are supposed to look in your life, how you supposed to be living, and all those things, and just truly surrender yourself, truly surrender your life, truly surrender to God's plans, his timing, everything that he has for you. Because I'm telling you, all these things that we think that we can go do on our own, all this strength that we try to go fight these battles and all these things, God is saying, I want you to just trust me. Take your hand off of the wheel, get in the back seat, let me drive, let me take over, and let me start driving your life. And I promise you, I will start showing you things. I promise you, these things that you thought that you would never be able to do, I'm going to start showing you how you can do these things. I'm going to start showing you how these things are on the inside of you. I'm going to show you that I have more for you than just a single mom, than just being a mother. I love the fact that you're a mother. I placed those children in your womb, but that's not who you are. That's not just who you are. I have so much more for you. Ooh, I have so many plans for you. If you get into purpose, If you let go of the past, if you let go of this idea of how you think things supposed to go and supposed to look, if you start forgiving these people, if you willing to get beneath the surface to heal from these things, I need you to be God. That's what God is saying. I need you to be healed. I need you to be whole. There's no way you can walk into the destiny that I have for you. There's no way that you can see the plan, the vision that I have for you, because there's so much stuff, so much baggage, and so many things that you're still holding on to. That's why I need you to heal. That's why I need you to understand who you are. That's why I need you to understand your identity. That's why I need you to let go of these lies, these things that you have believed about the world, these things that you have believed about yourself. And I need you to have a fresh perspective. I need you to have a new perspective. I need you to start seeing things differently. I need you to start looking through a new lens. Stop holding on to that old lens, those old glasses, those old binoculars that you used to look out, that old magnifying glass that you used to look out. That stuff is tainted. That stuff is old. And the more you keep looking through those lenses, you're going to keep seeing the same things. And you ain't going to never be able to move ahead. You will never be able to see the greater things because you keep looking through the same lens. It's time for a new lens. Don't get caught up in believing that you can't be loved, that God didn't choose you, that God can't use you, no matter what your past look like, no matter what's on your plate, no matter what your life looks like currently, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what the situations are. Don't get caught up in that. And another thing that I have to encourage somebody with is stop comparing yourself. Stop looking at other people's circumstances. Stop looking at other people's stories and situations and comparing yourself to other people. Because see, here's the thing about God. Here's the thing about knowing who you are, knowing what God placed on the inside of you. This is why understanding your identity, knowing who you are is so important, because what God has for you, it is unique to you. Your journey is not going to look like my journey. My journey is not going to look like everybody else's journey, because God has placed certain things on the inside of you. He's placed certain gifts, certain talents, certain wisdom and knowledge about things. He created you exactly the way he needed to create you. He put on the inside of you what he felt was enough, what he felt like was the best for you, for your journey, for your path, for where he's going to take you, for the purpose that he has for your life. That's why we all have different purposes. We don't all have the same purpose. We all are meant to serve differently in the earth, in this world. We're all meant to be doing different things. This is why you can't compare yourself. And then when you compare yourself, when you're looking at your situation, being discouraged about your life and the reality and what you're going through in your life and what stuff looks like to you, and you looking at other people, when you do that, that's keeping you in a place of having a limited belief. In having a limited belief, you have no choice but to have a limited belief system, because whatever somebody else got going on or whatever it looks like for somebody else, that's not what it's gonna look like for you. That's not gonna be your outcome. It may be similar or whatever the case is, but what God has for you, it is unique to you and only you. That's why you can't focus on anybody else. That's why you can't even be looking at, that's why I hate social media, y'all. That's why you can't even focus on, I know sometimes you might look at other people's stories or, looking at their lifestyles and be like, man, I wish that was me. No, you don't. No, you don't wish that. No, you don't wish that, because you have no idea. And even when you look at people, that you're inspired by, right? When you look at people that encourage you, or you look at them as an inspiration, you have no idea what these people went through. You have no idea what their story is. You have no idea what they've had to endure. You have no idea the process that they've had to go through to get to where they are. And so this is why you have to be in love with you. You have to be in love with the process that God has given you, the journey that God has given you, because it is unique to you. And God is going to do something special through you, through your story, through what he's trying to pull up out of you, through where he's taking you. Understand that you are more than just a mom. You are more than just a single mom. You are more than just a baby mama. And I hate that term. You will never hear me use that term on my channel. channel because I really hate that term. But you're much more. This is what God is trying to let somebody know and to understand. You are much more than that. And stop only seeing that. Stop only seeing yourself in a life. You are a mom that's also a business owner. You are a mom that's also a ministry leader. You are a mom that's also a advocate for whatever it is that you've been through in your life, whatever battles you've been able to overcome. You are an advocate for other women. You are an advocate for young children. You are an advocate in all these, whatever it is. Whatever it is, you are more than just that. And God's saying that it is time for you to understand your purpose. It is time for you to maximize your potential. It is time for you to know what he placed on the inside of you. And it's time to move into the things of God. This is how things begin to change. You looking for things to change. You have a vision. You have a dream. God has given you a vision. God has given you a dream. Sometimes you sit and think about what you want your life to look like, what you want your outcome to be. But it's never going to change if you stay in a place of unbelief. It's never going to change if you keep looking at the circumstances and the situations and making these things your reality and staying in this place, not having hope, but just believing, oh, this is what it is. This is what it's always going to be. This is how I'm always going to feel. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, because we are maximizing our potential. We are understanding who we are. We are getting up. We are taking a stand. We are sitting down. We doing this work. We finding out what's on the inside of us. We allowing God, and we not just doing it by ourselves, but that's why God gives us the grace. When he starts pulling that stuff up out of you, he gives you the grace, because sometimes that stuff is so hard, right? Sometimes that stuff is so hard to face, to address, but God is giving you the grace to be able to move forward, to be able to go forward. And I know sometimes it feel like you can't, and that's because you keep looking from that old lens. You keep looking from that old lens. Your identity is rooted in the old. Your identity is rooted in the past. Your identity is rooted in the trauma. Your identity is rooted in the what was. But we have to forgive. We have to let go. And we have to have hope in the future, hope in the destiny that God has for us. And this is my encouragement. This is my encouragement for my sisters, for those single mothers out here that should, sometimes you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. Sometimes you feel like this is all it is. What, like, God, when is it going to give? When am I going to see something differently? When am I going to be able to let this stuff go? When am I going to be able to get out of this place of pain? You will, but you have to believe and you have to trust and you have to surrender to God. Give it all to him. Give it all to him. And watch how he transforms your life. Watch what he does if you would just give him a chance. I love you guys so much. I could keep going on and on. I might come back with a part 2 because I'm feeling a whole lot on the inside of me with this message that still needs to come out. So I might come back with a part 2. But I love you guys so, you know, I love y'all so much. Y'all are my sisters, my brothers too, because I have some brothers that subscribe to this channel, but this channel is mostly for my sisters. I love y'all so much. Make sure you guys connect to the ministry. I just launched the Healing for Destiny ministry a few weeks ago. So for those that don't know anything about it or you haven't tapped into it yet, it is down in the description. Check out the ministry. Join the ministry. It's so much going on in the ministry. I send weekly encouragement. I have videos outside of YouTube for deeper encouragement, for a deeper level of encouragement and understanding and teachings that I'm doing in the ministry. And I know in a few months I'm rolling out us getting connected, doing group coaching, and us getting connected as a sisterhood, as a community. Come join the ministry and be connected. Get connected with other like-minded sisters, other sisters that are going through the same things that you're going, that's on the same journey as you, and get connected, meet some new people. This is how you start maximizing your potential. This is how you start stepping out of the old and stepping into the new. This is how God begins to set you up with the destiny helpers that he has for you. You have to start joining things. You have to start doing new things. You have to go out there and get the help, get the encouragement you need to help you to grow, to transform. This is what it's all about. And that's what the ministry is about. So I want you guys to make sure you click the description and join, sign up, join. Also, y'all, the 21-day challenge that I was telling y'all about, I had to cancel the dates because there was some stuff that came up, but the challenge is still going forward. And this is what I'm talking about. Stuff like this is the type of stuff that's going to help you. This is the type of stuff that's going to help you heal. This is the type of stuff that's going to help you to start understanding who you are, to get away from that old mindset and that old way of thinking and truly understanding your identity. So now the new dates for the identity challenge is going to be July 3rd through July 23rd. So I want you guys to make sure you sign up, join, get whatever you need, get this teaching, get this healing, get exactly what you need in order for God to set you up and move you into the destiny that He has for you. I love you guys so much. As always, I will see you in the next video.